Good morning, my friends. Today, I want to talk to you about something profoundly transformative, something that has the power to completely reshape your life if you let it. It's not a new diet or a productivity hack. It's not a shortcut or a quick fix. What I want to talk about is you. Yes, you. Your time, your energy, your dreams, your well-being. Today, we're going to talk about the power of focusing on yourself. Because in a world that constantly pulls you in 1,000 directions, you owe it to yourself to make you the priority. Let's begin by acknowledging something we all face: distractions. We live in an age where the demands of others, our families, friends, colleagues, and even strangers online, can easily take precedence over our own needs. Social media bombards us with highlight reels of others' successes. Our workplaces demand more and more, and even our loved ones, despite their best intentions, often ask us to stretch ourselves thin to accommodate their desires. But let me ask you this: when was the last time you truly prioritized yourself? When did you last sit down to think deeply about your goals, your dreams, your well-being? If the answer is "I can't remember" or "a long time ago," don't worry, you're not alone. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. Let me repeat that. Focusing on yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. Because if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't nurture your own growth, how can you possibly be there for others in a meaningful way? When you focus on yourself, you gain clarity about what truly matters to you. What are your passions? What are your goals? What kind of life do you want to live? These questions don't answer themselves. You need to give yourself the time and space to find those answers. Your energy is finite. If you give it away to everyone and everything without replenishing it, you will burn out. When you focus on yourself, you learn to protect your energy, investing it wisely in the people and pursuits that matter most. Prioritizing yourself sends a powerful message to your subconscious. I am worthy. It's a declaration that your dreams, your health, your happiness, and your peace are just as important as anyone else's. Focusing on yourself gives you the time and mental bandwidth to learn, grow, and evolve. Whether it's mastering a new skill, pursuing a passion, or simply becoming more self-aware, personal growth flourishes when you turn your attention inward. Now, you might be wondering, how do I even begin? After all, the world doesn't stop just because you decide to prioritize yourself. Responsibilities will still be there. Challenges will still arise. But the beauty is, you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You can start small and build from there. The first step to focusing on yourself is learning to say no. No to the obligations that drain you. No to the people who take without giving. No to the distractions that pull you away from your goals. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to something that does. It's easy to say, "I don't have time." But the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's not about having time. It's about making time. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Block off time in your calendar for self-care. Treat that time as sacred, because it is. Spend time each day reflecting on your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-discovery. It helps you process your emotions and gain insight into your own mind. Ask yourself, what went well today? What didn't? What can I do differently tomorrow? Self-care isn't just about spa days and bubble baths, though those can be nice. It's about doing what nurtures your soul and strengthens your mind and body. Exercise, eat well, sleep enough, meditate. Surround yourself with positivity. What lights you up? What makes you lose track of time? Whether it's painting, dancing, coding, or cooking, make time for the things that bring you joy. Pursuing your passions isn't just a luxury. It's essential for your well-being. Focusing on yourself also means focusing on your future. Set meaningful goals that excite you. Break them down into actionable steps. And then, most importantly, take those steps. Progress, no matter how small, builds momentum. Let's address the elephant in the room: guilt. Many of us feel guilty about focusing on ourselves, as if doing so means neglecting others. But let me ask you this: can you pour from an empty cup? Can you lift others when you're weighed down by your own burdens? By focusing on yourself, you become stronger, more energized, and more capable of giving to others. You can't be the best parent, partner, friend, or colleague if you're running on empty. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's selfless. because it allows you to show up fully for the people who matter to you. When you focus on yourself, something amazing happens. It doesn't just transform your life. It impacts everyone around you. Your happiness becomes contagious. Your energy inspires others. Your growth encourages those around you to grow. By prioritizing yourself, you become a living example of what's possible. You show others that it's okay to chase their dreams, to set boundaries, to invest in their well-being. Now, I want to challenge you. Yes, you. Listening to this speech is a great first step, but it's not enough. What are you going to do differently starting today? Take out a piece of paper and write down 3 ways you will focus on yourself this week. Maybe it's spending 30 minutes a day working on a personal project. Maybe it's saying no to an obligation that doesn't align with your goals. Maybe it's scheduling a therapy session or a long overdue doctor's appointment. Whatever it is, commit to it. Because nothing changes if you don't change. Focusing on yourself is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong practice. There will be days when it feels difficult, when the demands of life threaten to pull you back into old patterns. But remember this. Every step you take toward prioritizing yourself is a step toward a better, brighter future. Every time you choose yourself, you're rewriting your story. The transformative power of self-focus. Imagine your life as a garden. For years, you've been busy watering everyone else's plants. Your family, your friends, your career, while neglecting your own. What happens? Your garden starts to wither. The flowers that once bloomed brightly begin to droop. The soil becomes parched. And though you may take pride in how lush everyone else's garden looks, deep down, you feel drained. Focusing on yourself is like turning the water back onto your own soil. It's not about selfishly hoarding resources. It's about recognizing that if your garden thrives, you'll have more to give to others. A healthy, vibrant you can uplift everyone around you. The psychological barriers to self-focus. Let's address the inner voices that often stop us from prioritizing ourselves. These are the psychological barriers that convince us it's wrong or futile to put ourselves first. 1. The guilt trap. Many of us are conditioned to believe that focusing on ourselves is selfish. Perhaps you were raised in an environment where selflessness was praised to the point of self-sacrifice. Maybe society has reinforced the idea that your worth is tied to how much you do for others. But here's the truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. Guilt is a natural emotion, but it's not always a useful one. Instead of viewing self-focus as neglecting others, reframe it as strengthening yourself so you can support them better. 2. Fear of judgment. Have you ever hesitated to say no to someone because you were afraid of how they'd react? Maybe you worried they'd see you as unreliable or uncaring. This fear of judgment can be paralyzing, keeping you stuck in a cycle of overcommitment. Understand this. People who truly care about you will respect your boundaries. Those who don't respect them are likely taking advantage of your kindness. Letting go of the need to please everyone is liberating. 3. The habit of comparison. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to measure your life against others. Social media, in particular, fuels this habit. You see someone traveling the world, starting a business, or hitting milestones, and suddenly, you feel inadequate. But here's the reality. You're running your own race. When you focus on others, you lose sight of your own path. Instead, compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. That's the only benchmark that truly matters. 4. The myth of endless time. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I'll focus on myself later. Later, when the kids are older. Later, when work slows down. Later, when life gets easier. But life is unpredictable. Waiting for the perfect time often means waiting forever. The best time to start focusing on yourself is now. Not tomorrow, not next year. Right now. Practical strategies for prioritizing yourself. Now that we've identified the barriers, let's explore actionable strategies to shift the focus onto yourself. 1. Define your non-negotiables. What are the things you absolutely need to thrive? These could be physical needs, regular exercise, nutritious food, and adequate sleep. Emotional needs, time alone to recharge, nurturing relationships, or therapy. Aspirational needs, pursuing hobbies, learning new skills, or chasing long-term goals. Write these down and make them non-negotiable. Treat them as essential as breathing. 2. Set boundaries and stick to them. Boundaries are the cornerstone of self-focus. Without them, your time and energy will always be at the mercy of others. Learn to say no gracefully. You don't need to explain yourself excessively. A simple, "I'm sorry, I can't commit to that right now," is enough. Communicate your boundaries clearly. Let people know what you can and cannot do. Enforce your boundaries. If someone crosses them, remind them respectfully but firmly. 3. Create a self-focused routine. Habits are powerful tools for change. Create a daily or weekly routine that prioritizes your well-being. For example, start your day with 10 minutes of meditation or journaling. Dedicate 30 minutes each evening to a passion project. Schedule weekly me time where you do something purely for enjoyment. Over time, these small habits compound into significant change. 4. Invest in personal growth. Personal growth is one of the most rewarding forms of self-focus. This could mean taking a course, reading a book, or developing a new skill. Think of it as an investment in your future self. The more you grow, the more opportunities you'll create for yourself. 5. Limit digital distractions. How much of your day is spent scrolling through your phone, consuming information that doesn't add value to your life? Take control of your digital habits by setting app limits, unfollowing accounts that drain your energy, allocating specific times for checking emails or social media. Use that reclaimed time to do something that truly nourishes you. The long-term impact of focusing on yourself. When you commit to focusing on yourself, the benefits ripple out in every area of your life. Let's explore what the long-term impact looks like. 1. Greater self-awareness. Self-focus fosters introspection. Over time, you'll develop a deeper understanding of who you are, what you value, and what you want. This clarity makes decision-making easier and helps you align your actions with your true desires. 2. Increased confidence. As you set and achieve goals, establish boundaries, and invest in yourself, your confidence will naturally grow. You'll begin to see yourself as capable, deserving, and worthy of success. 3. Healthier relationships. When you prioritize yourself, your relationships improve. Why? Because you're no longer approaching them from a place of depletion. Instead, you're bringing your best self to the table, energized, engaged, and emotionally available. 4. Enhanced productivity. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean neglecting your responsibilities. It means managing them more effectively. When you take care of your mental and physical health, you'll find that you have more energy and focus to tackle tasks efficiently. 5. A deeper sense of fulfillment. Perhaps the most profound impact of self-focus is the sense of fulfillment it brings. When you're living in alignment with your values and pursuing your passions, life feels richer and more meaningful. Overcoming setbacks on the journey. The road to focusing on yourself isn't always smooth. Life will throw challenges your way, and old habits will try to creep back in. Here's how to navigate setbacks. 1. Be kind to yourself. Self-focus isn't about perfection, it's about progress. If you slip up or fall back into old patterns, don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and move forward. 2. Reassess your priorities regularly. Your needs and goals will evolve over time. Periodically take stock of where you're at and adjust your focus accordingly. What worked for you last year might not work now, and that's okay. 3. Seek support. You don't have to do this alone. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a therapist, having a support system can make the journey easier. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your ideal life. What does it look like? Who are you when you're at your best? What are you doing? How do you feel? That vision isn't just a daydream. It's a blueprint. And focusing on yourself is the path to making it a reality. Every time you choose to prioritize yourself, you're taking a step closer to that vision. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're creating space for something that does. Every time you invest in your growth, you're building the life you've always wanted. Focusing on yourself is one of the most empowering choices you can make. It's not about neglecting your responsibilities or turning your back on others. It's about recognizing that you are your greatest asset. When you nurture yourself, you become a better parent, partner, friend, and human being. So, let this be the day you stop putting yourself last. Let this be the day you start watering your own garden, one drop at a time. Because you are worth it. Your dreams are worth it. Your happiness is worth it. And when you focus on yourself, the world becomes a brighter place. Not just for you, but for everyone you touch. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. Now go out there and make yourself your #1 priority. The best is yet to come. So, my friends, let me leave you with this. You are worthy of your own time, your own energy, and your own love. Focusing on yourself is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of courage. It's a declaration that you matter, that your dreams matter, that your happiness matters. The world will always demand more from you, but you don't have to give it everything. Save some for yourself, because when you focus on yourself, you unlock the power to live the life you were truly meant to live. Thank you.